Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is weeknights. We're 5 nights a week, usually. We give you the latest, the greatest, the shameless, largely from the famous, of the entertainment industry. We are back after a week off, a necessary week off.
It was necessary.
Absolutely. I'm JD, aka He Who Pods, not E, He Who Pods. Glasses on today, so also aka rear view mirror. Y'all see the ring light? All in the glasses. I know you see me in the ring light. True.
Right. And I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B, aka cool grandma, but not really. And we're here. We're back after a week off. Like you said, we have returned.
We back, baby.
The break was nice. I gotta be honest. The break was cool, you know?
Uh-huh.
But we're back. I'm excited to be back. And let's get it. Let's get into it.
And you know who else is back? Cardi Bizzle.
That's true. Cardi B is back. Cardi B is back. She's got an album coming back.
Cardi is back.
Yeah, she's got an album coming out in a few weeks. She just dropped a single, Imaginary Players.
This is her second single.
I didn't say it was her first.
No. I'm just letting the people know.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I knew.
No worries. And that's arguable because WAP and some other songs are there that probably will be considered as singles later on. But
Why do people get to do that?
I don't know.
When you don't
And
put
the
out an
topic for
album.
another time.
Okay.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff to get to, so let's try to stick to the topic. And we discussed WAP being on the album before, so.
Okay.
Now, there was a big fuss online about Cardi using the Imaginary Playerz sample and Jay-Z clearing the sample, which I thought in my mind, before ever hearing the record, oh, so Jay-Z's words will be on this. She sampled Jay-Z's voice because Imaginary Playerz is already a sample.
Mm-hmm.
So technically she didn't need Jay-Z. In my mind, again, before ever hearing it, this is how it was working in my brain. In my brain, I said, oh, so Cardi got to be sampling Jay-Z's words.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard the song, I realized I was right, but I was wrong.
Okay.
And so Cardi actually says some of Jay-Z's lyrics. And the beat is the identical beat. They didn't change anything. And so I guess those are the two reasons why Jay-Z had to clear the sample. Because it was actually the exact beat. I thought they were going to do some kind of fly new version.
Mm-hmm.
And no, they did the 1997 Imaginary Playerz version.
Yes.
So that was a shock to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
No, go for it.
No, I'm saying that was it. I was going to stop there and let you go. I'd say to me that was shocking. So when I heard the beat play, I'm waiting for something new, some new hi-hats or up-tempo or, something like that. And it was that 1997 classic playing.
That was In My Lifetime, right? Volume 1?
Yes, very good. Yep, very good. S. Carter, In My Lifetime, Volume 1.
I thought Cardi sounded good.
Okay.
I thought it was good. I totally my vibe. The beat, the cadence, totally my vibe. So I was pleasantly. It was pleasant. I don't want to say surprised. I didn't have any expectations for this. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on this, to be honest. I'm kind of just ready for Cardi to put her album out.
Okay.
I will have thoughts about what you just said about certain things being possibly being considered as singles because they've already been, and because they're going to be featured on the album. And we can talk about that when her album comes out because I have thoughts. But yeah, I mean, I'm just excited for her album to come out. I think she sounds good. I think this is a good way to, get people excited. I feel like if I'm remembering correctly, the first single was more up tempo.
Outside, yep, definitely.
So, yeah, so I feel like this was a good move to kind of put whoever is not in that party state of mind, kind of give those people a little something too. I think it's really smart to do that because then you're drawing in multiple audiences at the same time.
Totally
So
agree.
I like that that's what she's doing. And yeah, I'm just excited to hear it all as a full body of work at this point. Um yeah. So I thought it was good. I thought the sound was good. I don't have any complaints. I don't have any like strong feelings about it like, oh, this is terrible or oh, this is the best thing I've ever heard. I just feel like it's solid.
Okay. Um, I think it was a pleasant surprise to hear the beat being
Mhm.
the beat we are used to from the 90s, us who are from the 19s, as they say. Um,
Is that what they say now?
that's what the kids say. You're from the 19s. Ew.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
Even
Anyway,
the 80s.
that's their way of saying you're old and gross and washed. You're
Yeah,
from the
no, I
19s.
get what it means. I totally understand.
Yeah, it'll be in the dictionary soon. Don't worry. We'll get to that. Um,
We will.
yeah. So it was nice to hear that. It was like, oh, okay, this already feels like very familiar and very
Hmm.
cool. And I thought it was great lyrically. I think lyrically, Cardi is talking her shit, and
Hmm.
it was a cool way to see her weave in the Jay-Z lyrics. Um, but I didn't love this. Not because Cardi did anything wrong.
Hmm.
I just, I guess because I'm used to hearing faster music from Cardi, this didn't
Yeah.
sound very exciting to me. Again, I think the lyrics were great. I think it's great that she didn't alter the beat and try to do something like new and mess it up. I
Hmm.
think that was great. So I'm not complaining there. I don't this just didn't do it for me. It's not for me. I don't think it sucks, to be clear. I'm not saying that it's terrible or it sucks or any of that. I just think like it's clear that Cardi wanted to talk her shit, which is what Imaginary Players was, right?
Hmm.
And explain to people that hey, I'm on a level that y'all are not on. Same as the original. And I think that was accomplished. But I think as far as this making me excited for the new album, not accomplished. I think as far as this being a great record, not accomplished. I think Cardi has better talk shit records. Um, Again, maybe because I'm just used to hearing her fast. I felt almost like, where's the sped up version of this? Like, you know how now they release the slowed down version and the sped up version? I'm looking for when they release the sped up version. I feel like I'll
Interesting.
like it more because I'm used to hearing Cardi
Mhm.
faster.
Yeah.
I don't think she did anything wrong. I just want to
Same.
reiterate for the people who are going to say that I'm a hater. And in case for
Definitely
some
think
reason
you're a
Cardi
hater.
hears this, because Cardi be searching herself and Cardi will respond to you. I know this
Hey,
from experience.
Cardi.
Right. Hi,
Thanks for
Cardi.
watching.
Right. And so I don't think she did anything wrong. I don't think this sucks. I think I agree with you. This is a smart choice. I see people saying this is a bad choice for a second single. I disagree. I think that people are so used to hearing Cardi on party records that Cardi showing, hey, I can do something else is smart.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way to do it. So I think as far as strategery, as Mr. Bush once said, I think strategery, this is smart, right? I think this is a smart business strategy, a smart way
Yeah.
to reach more audiences, and a smart way to nod at Hove and say, hey man, I see what you did and I want to do that too, and I appreciate you and salute. So I think all of that was good. It's just not my
Yeah.
favorite Cardi record. It's just
Same.
not my favorite Cardi record. And I saw the video. I don't know if you saw the video. I saw the video. They spent money on this video. It's a great video. Cardi looks good. She's letting you know all the things that she's saying are on visual display. So I think
They
now the
spend
video,
money
which
on
to
all
me was
Cardi
flop.
videos.
Huh?
I said they spend money on all Cardi videos.
No, they spent money. Now,
Yeah.
that you could tell. And I think money well spent. I think the video is fly. And I think that is something
USD
that we
dollars
should
and dineros.
They definitely spent USD dollars and dineros.
Shout out to
Exactly.
Dimitri.
Yes. Shout out to Dimitri. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Cardi version of Imaginary Players.
Okay. Listen, I think what we're saying is it's solid. It's not bad. It's just it's hard sometimes when you are used to hearing an artist a certain way
Right.
and you like the way you normally hear them, and then they switch up and it's like, okay, this isn't bad, but this is not what I'm used to, and I kind of was digging
Yeah.
what I was used to. So there's nothing wrong
People
with
say
that.
the opposite about Nas. People say that they're used to hearing Nas rap slower. So when he raps faster, people are like, "Ew, Nas sounds weird. Why is he rapping fast?" I don't know. He's even mentioned that in one of his songs.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on.
That's
Hollywood Reporter released a list last week of the 44 most powerful players in podcasting in 2025.
okay.
Not in the history of podcasting, in 2025. And it
This year.
says, their description says, whether they're behind the mic or behind the scenes, these trailblazers are steering the maturing medium through an increasingly crowded landscape and critical transitions to video and AI. I thought that part was important because it's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes happening throughout the landscape of podcasting, and to say
Yeah.
that they're steering and trailblazing through all of that, I think is important.
Oh yeah.
And in the top 10, if I remember correctly, at number 4, if I remember correctly, is none other than our guy, Joe Budden. And so I just wanted to come up here and shout out Joe Budden, who has done a lot of things. And I just read a little bit of what they said about him here.
Okay.
It says the Joe Budden podcast. It says a decade after Joe Budden launched his namesake podcast, which actually shows me they don't really know about the Joe Budden podcast, because when it started 10 years ago, it was not called the Joe Budden podcast. But hey, it's okay.
It was
It just
called I'll
shows
Name
you
This
who's a true
Podcast Later.
fan. That's right. It was called I'll Name This Podcast Later for a very long time. But, it's fine. We just know who's a fan and who's not a fan.
The
But anyway.
same strategy, the same brand strategy that they're also talking about, it's inclusive of this, what they're saying. It was that. I mean, the decision to call his podcast the Joe Budden podcast, even though there were other people on the podcast outside of him who were co-hosting with him, was a really smart business move to make
He
sure that
explained
he
it
was
when he changed it.
yeah, sometimes to get ahead, you need to use your resources. He is the resource. He is
Yeah.
the name.
He was the
And
draw.
right, he was the one who was recognizable. He was the one who's been in the music industry. He is the basis of the credibility for the podcast he has built.
Right. So, yeah. So it says a decade after Joe Budden launched his namesake podcast, it remains the most influential in all of hip hop. The rapper turned media mogul recently revealed that his podcast network is expected to generate more than $20 million in 2025 between subscriptions and ads, making him one of the most successful podcasters in the industry. And what they left out is independently, because a lot of these podcasters are signed to networks, where Joe Budden is not signed to a network.
That's true. Not that
And
there's anything wrong with being signed to a network.
I just think there's... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it has its pros and its cons on either side. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing that he can work for himself and he can hire all these people, employ all these people, and still make a profit. I think that's amazing. But then there's also the other side to it where some people don't have the time or the resources to do it themselves, or there's just strength in partnership. So that's
And there's nothing wrong with that. I was gonna say I don't think that you need to do one or the other. You got to make the best decision for yourself, your
Mhm.
brand, your podcast, your pockets. But I do think there's a distinction that needs to be made between signed to a network versus not signed to a network, because the help and the boost and the push are very different in both worlds.
Yes, and for the record, he's done both.
Yes.
Just for those who don't know.
When when asked biggest challenge facing podcasting now, he said, "quote It's us versus algorithms."
Yeah.
So,
Do you know? I'm just curious. Do you know anyone else who's on the list? I didn't take a look at the list myself.
um, I do, and I'd rather not mention the other ones who I do know who are on the list right now. I will tell you off pod why.
Okay.
But shout out to Joe Budden and everyone else who did make the list, whether we're gonna mention you or not.
All right.
For our last topic of the day, we head to Cambridge Dictionary. This is from Complex. Complex says, Skibbity, Tradwife, and Delulu are among more than 6,000 additions to this year's Cambridge Dictionary. Quote,
Cambridge.
sure. Quote, internet culture is changing the English language, and the effect is fascinating to observe and capture in the dictionary, said Colin McIntosh. I was about to say Macintosh, but it says Mick. Lexical Program Manager at Cambridge Dictionary, the world's largest online dictionary. Cambridge Dictionary uses the Cambridge English Corpus, a database of more than 2 billion words of written and spoken English, to monitor how new words are used by different people, how often, and in what context they are used, the company said. Quote, we only add words that we think they'll have staying power.
Okay.
Let me just give you a little list here of the words. Skibbity. I had never heard skibbity before today. And so it says skibbity, a word that can have different meanings, such as cool or bad, or can be used with no real meaning as a joke.
I've heard it once or twice, but always about it, never actually in use. I
Well, they
think
got
that's
some
just because
examples
I'm
here.
old.
Same. They got some examples here. It says skibbity, skibbity, skibbity. A boy around 7 sang to himself as he dribbled a football. Another example they have is, what the skibbity are you doing?
Oh,
Another
okay.
example, yep. Another example is, what was the most skibbity part? Question mark. Another example is, in the viral song, the words "You're so pretty" were replaced by "You're so skibbity."
It vaguely resembles Bippity Boppity Boo, and that's all I keep thinking of every time you say it.
It made me think of the word "jawn," which started in Philly and is
Mm-hmm.
popular because of Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Jawn is anything. Everything is
Yeah.
jawn. Nothing is
Yeah.
jawn. Jawn is a noun, a person, place, or thing.
Absolutely. Yes.
Uh, they have Delulu, which we all know, but it says believing things that are not real or true. Usually,
People
because
love
you
that one.
choose to. People love
Yeah.
Delulu. It means delusional, but it's the shortened version.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got Tradwife. Tradwife, it says, is a married woman, comma, especially one who posts on social media, who stays at home, doing cooking, cleaning, etc., and has children that she takes care of. Tradwife is short for traditional wife. I actually don't like the word tradwife because it is used incorrectly. It's wrong.
Mm.
You cannot be a traditional wife posting on social media about your cooking and cleaning. That in itself makes you non-traditional. And
Yeah.
so I think this word is trash, but people like it. It's trendy. And now it's in the
It
dictionary.
is trending.
So, yeah. They have Luke. I've never seen this. Lewk. And
Look.
because I'm not a fashion guy. Huh?
Yeah.
What's
It's
the word?
look, but it's look, but it's Luke. It's spelled Luke. Like these are my looks, you know?
Yeah.
Try
So then
this
I don't
look.
need to read the definition because you just did it.
Oh, sorry.
Good job. No, you saved me some time. And then there's mouse jiggler. It says a device or piece of software used to make it seem as though a computer mouse is moving so that it seems as though you are working when you are not.
Definitely thought that meant something else when I heard it.
It says with monitoring software, employers can see. I read that wrong. With monitoring software, employers can easily detect mouse jigglers.
Right, because they can see how many keystrokes and all kinds of things
It says
that
some
people think they
house
don't realize.
workers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It says some house workers are started using mouse jigglers to give the appearance of being active on their computers.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty smart. Gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Inspo, which is just short for inspiration.
Yeah.
And
These are
those are the ones that
decent ones.
Complex put in their post.
Those are decent ones. I mean, I could see inspo definitely. I can see. I don't know about Skibbity. I don't.
Inspo I've heard a lot. What
I'm
was the
too old.
inspo behind that? That's how I
Right.
usually hear it. What was your inspo there? What
Right.
was your inspo behind that?
And I think it started because I think it started with when hashtags became a thing. Instead of putting inspiration, people would put inspo.
Yeah.
Y'all can fact check me on that, but I think that's where it came from. So this is interesting. I mean, it's always interesting when they add new words to the dictionary. It's always kind of
Listen,
fascinating.
if WAP can be in there,
Yeah.
then why not Skibbity?
Or Delulu. People love
When I hear
Delulu. So.
Skibbity, I think of Eminem. Eminem said on a song, Skibbity Bebop and Christopher Reeves, Sonny Bono skis horses and hitting some trees. How many retards are listening to me? And it keeps going. I'll stop there.
Okay. All right. All right. So I see where you get
It's
that
an
from.
old song because I know we're not supposed to say a certain word that's in those lyrics. So
Yeah.
it's
Listen.
just for the new people listening. I don't want them to be like, "Ooh, you said that word we're not supposed to say anymore." It's an Eminem lyric. You can Google it.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. These are interesting. I mean, good luck to us all. I just feel like so many things keep getting added to the dictionary that don't need to be, if I'm being honest. But I'm also a
I
nerd
agree
and
with that
I
part.
read books. So,
Well, I do disagree with one of the things that they said in the caption, which was a quote from the person in charge or whatever. He said that they only put words that they think are gonna last the test of time, that are gonna stick around. I don't think half of the words there's only 9 that we read or 8 that we read. I don't think half of those are sticking around.
I also think some of the words stick with generations and not across generations, if that makes
I
sense.
agree with that too.
So like Skibbity
Absolutely.
you didn't even know what Skibbity was or that it was anything.
Or Luke.
Which I'm surprised about because as a millennial, Luke should be pretty easy to identify just because we grew up we grew up
I
as
don't
so
serve up Lukes. So
we grew up I can't even finish my we were getting older as social media was getting older. Social media we lived through the birth of social media as millennials. So that is one of them that's been around for ages. Like Inspo's been around for ages. So the fact that you didn't know
right.
what Luke, I would think that would be the one, or those would be the two that you would be most that would be most recognizable because of what it is, and because we were all on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, in the beginning. So
Yeah.
yeah, but okay, this was good. I mean, now we know. Now we know. I don't think I'll use any of those, to be honest. Maybe inspo, but that's about it.
I'm definitely
Pimpin'
gonna
you
ask my
poppin'
daughter
food.
about Skibbity when I speak to her.
Yes, you should ask her. What I've heard is that it it's not her generation, because I know she's a teenager. It's a little bit younger than her.
Gotcha.
That's what I've heard.
All right. Well,
Which is
understood.
why it didn't reach it didn't which is why it didn't reach you at all. I don't know how it reached me.
I don't know either.
But yeah.
But I'm gonna get the Skibbity up out of here.
Okay, look at you using it in a sentence. Good for you.
I try.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.